scene, and I did this painting a while ago, and I thought it'd be a nice little underwater scene for a nice painting project. This is Allison Pryor, and I'm going to show you how to do this painting today. And you can either paint it something like what I'm going to do, or you can paint it any way you want. You can add a dolphin instead of a shark. You can add your own kind of flowers, whatever you want to do. So I will show you tips and tricks, and we'll get this painting started. Now, the first thing we want to do is get a brush. And our brush you can use is a flat bristle brush or a sable brush. And they can be 1/4 of an inch or size 10. Whatever suits your preference. So the first thing we're going to do is put some light up here where we had the light come in. So let's put some white with a tiny bit of blue because it'll be too white on our canvas. So let's mix up, see that's too blue, so let's go and add lots of white and get a nice white sun coming in there. That'll give the illusion of underwater, that the sun is coming through. So just do a nice, really light blue. And we can lighten that up as it dries a little bit. So we don't need a big, because my canvas is 11 by 14. If you use a 16 by 20, you can make a bigger light source. Good. Now you go a little darker blue. And add a tiny bit of red to it, just so it won't be pure blue. And then you can come, now we're going to work wet on wet. So we're going to come underneath there and blend those two lines together. So let's just put that on there. Good. Put that on there. Now while that's still wet, clean your brush. Wipe off your brush on some tissue so that there's nothing on it, no paint, and then blend those two lines together here. Make it nice and soft. There we go. See how nice and soft that is? See how that blends really nice? Good. Make sure you're going to see it all. Okay, there we go. So blend those two lines together. Same as we did in the other video for the lovebirds. Alright, so now I'm going to go back in with a bit of white again. Just pure white, no blue at all. And I'm going to put that back up here, just to brighten it up. There we go. And you can come back down into your blue a little. See how nice that blends? Then go back into your blue. Look how pretty that is. Now this time we're going to go a little darker blue. So pure blue, a teeny bit of red. I like adding red to take away the total blue look. There we go, underneath what you already did. This is going to be so pretty. Let's go all over here. And then we're going to we want to blend those two lines together again. So we'll do the same thing again. Let's clean our brush really good. And then we're going to, with our really clean brush, blend those two lines together. See? And that way you don't lose your lighter colors. You're just blending the two lines together. Looks good. Now, when you're happy with that, we'll get some more blue. And as we come down, we're going to get darker and darker. So add a little bit more red and a tiny bit of black. If you don't like making your own black, I'm sorry, if you don't like making black, put blue and brown together and you'll get black. I'll show you that in a little while. So we're going to get darker. So I mixed a bit of red and a bit of black with my blue. We're going to see how nice and dark that is now? As we go down into the water, we are going to get a little darker and darker. Get deeper into the ocean. So now we are going to clean our brush again. And we're going to bring those two lines together. It's coming along really well. Very nice. So blend those lines together so that nice blend. Now if you want to blend it even more, let's take pure white, clean brush, don't have any color on it whatsoever, clean it off really good, and some white, and start up here in the corner, up here. Make sure everything is wet, and then come back down into all those colors. Don't go back up, just keep going down, okay? Up and down. There we go, that's nice. Good. So just go back over those. If you have to go back over those lines a couple of times, you can do that. You can do white and just go back in again. And the more you do this, the softer it looks. It looks nice and natural. The lines go together, give it a nice natural blend. Colors. Clean your brush again. You have to do it a couple of times. That's okay. As long as your brush is nice and clean, you won't lose your colors. And you keep going down. Don't go back up. Just keep going down. Go down, 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 down. Nice. Good. Good, good. Now we're going to get darker and darker as we come down. And I'm going to put a line somewhere around here where I want the horizon line, we'll call it. And we'll just make a line, say here. Give it a little bit of a curve. And that way we'll use this bottom part for the bottom of the ocean. Now I'm going to show you how to make a bit of black so that you really dark blue, because some people don't like to use black, but you can use black as long as you add other colors to it. So you just take some blue and some brown, burnt umber, and ultramarine blue makes a really nice black. You can even add a little bit of red to it. Okay, so that's a nice dark color. So let's go underneath what we already did. Because see how dark that is, isn't that nice? Good. And we'll make that nice and dark. Good. Now you know how to mix your own black. I'll show you some color mixing now. I already showed you some color mixing in other videos, but I'll go more in depth and try to simplify it for you. Color mixing and color theory, it's a lot to it, but you know, if you practice and study it, you certainly get beautiful paintings. Now as you can see, that's streaky and everything, so we're going to clean that up. What we're going to do there is we're going to clean our brush really good, and then no paint at all, and we're going to come down here and blend those two lines together and blend this. And what we're going to do now, we're going to take, let's try taking some white, just white on a very clean brush so you don't lose this part up here, okay? Go back, see how that gets brighter and brighter up here, but yet you don't lose your blues. Now as long as all this is wet, you can do it this way. Make sure it's always wet. And what you can do is, there we go, I'll show you what you can do in a second. So now you come down in here and you blend all that together. That looks pretty. Very nice. Because these are acrylic paints, and you're working on a time period that they may dry out on you, as long as you mist them with a little misting bottle, okay? Just you might have one of those bottles that you had some perfume in, or some spray, body spray or something, and you just keep misting it if you have to, but not to the point where it's soaking wet, but just as long as it's misted. So now we're getting to the bottom. We want a nice dark blue again, even darker again, almost pure. So I'm going to go with some blue, a little bit of brown to darken it up, a bit of red, and a little bit of black. I just want to get it nice and dark, but I'm not going to use just pure black, okay? So we'll come down underneath here. Good. And put those two together. That's it. Put those two together. All the way down. And as you come down, add a little more darker colors. Maybe black if you can get, you know, black to your blue. Just so that you can get a really nice dark under here. So let's go, let's go. Under here is getting really dark now, so that's wonderful. Good. And then we're going to blend all that together, and then we get that much done. And we'll start working on other things. Start working on our ocean floor. So let's get this all done. Looks good. It's a nice dark blue underneath here, so it's really dark. Like there's some distance. Now let's clean our brush again. Clean your brush really, really good. No paint whatsoever. And go back over those lines to blend those colors. Good. Now, mist. Keep it nice and moist. Mist. And one, excuse me. And one more time, let's go with the white on our brush. Just white, nice and clean brush. Now that it's nice and misted, we have it misted up. We can go back over this again now. Swing up and around and around. See when you do that, how it gives us some light. Isn't that pretty? Gives you some like ocean movement, a little bit of ocean movement. Good. Keep going up, bend up. Bend up. We don't want to lose that feeling of depth. Back and forth, back and forth. Swing up, swing up, swing up. Yes, keep that feeling going there. Good. Make sure it blends nice. And now we're done with our black, like I said, with the brown, the ultramarine blue, and the burnt umber. Make your own blue. And even add a little bit of red to it. I'm just going to go in with my black, a little bit of red, blue, and my little bit of burnt umber. Okay, so now I'm going to put my lines on there. So I'm just going to make some lines like this. Just make them, stagger them all over the place. Good. Just a few lines for the bottom of the ocean floor. Some bumps and humps. There we go. Good. We're going to let that dry. This is not going to be wet on wet. We're just going to let those lines dry. Okay. That's all you need down here. Just a few lines for our ocean floor. Good. Just let that dry now. Now I'm just going to glaze the bottom of the canvas here. And how we do that is we take some watery paint, blue paint mixed with some water, and you just, so it's pretty watery. You can see it's dripping. And then you just take it and put it on here. Now see, when you do that, you can still see your black lines. You can see whatever's underneath it, but yet you're starting to put on some color. See, it's transparent. And doesn't do any harm to what's underneath. All we're doing is putting on a glaze. See? Just a glaze. It's nice and wet. And when we get that on there, we're going to put some more on. So let's let that one dry, and then we'll put another coat of a glaze on there. Good. You can even go up into your other painting. It's okay. It's okay to do that too. See? No harm done. Alright, now let that one dry, and then we'll come back and we'll do it. I'm sorry, we won't come back. We're going to stay here. So we're going to do another coat. Now, this time, when you're adding your second coat, make sure your first coat is dry, and add a little bit more blue to your water, and a little tiny bit of red to purple it up a small bit, okay? Now, we'll put on another coat. And that will be a little darker because you added a bit more paint to your water. So as long as you can see through it, you're making a glaze. Okay, see how it gets darker and darker as you put on more coats of the glaze. Make sure that each time you put on a new coat, that the other one that you did is dry. Okay, so we let this one dry. You can use a hair dryer if you want to speed it up. And there was another coat. Good. So there we go. Okay, we're going to darken it up again. So I'm putting on some more. And what I did was I added more blue to my water. So each time you want to make it darker, just keep adding more blue to your water. Just make sure that it's nice and thin. And a little tiny bit more red so we can keep that little purplish look on the go. And so do as many coats as you want until you get the bluish color, purplish color that you want from under the water. As long as you can still see your strokes, those black strokes, then you can put on as many coats as you want, okay? And so we'll keep doing that. That's going to be my final coat here. But now if you want to create some depth, you'll do a final coat, and then we will darken the area up here so that we can make it look like the water is receding. And I'll show you how to do that. Now you have your final coat on, so now you want to add some depth. And here's what we're going to do. So as you can see in this painting, see how the depth, see, is lighter in the front, and then it goes darker in behind. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to take the watery paint that we have, we're going to add more blue and more red to get a purpley look. It's a purpley look to it, and it's thicker now, not quite as watery. So we're going to use that and we're going to darken that up back here. See? You still can see you can still see your black lines here. Okay, good. So you make that as dark as you want. Dark as you want. Get it nice and dark in the back here. And you can go with the shape of the water. Okay, see, that's nice and dark. And then when you get that done, just take your brush and clean it up really good. And then just bring this together. There we go. So it's lighter in the front, and as it goes back, it gets darker, which creates depth. Good. Now I just drew out my shark that we're going to put on there. I drew it on a piece of paper so I can get the proportions correct. And if you have a hard time drawing a shark, just print off something off the internet, a picture of a shark, and just go by that, or trace it if you have to. So then when you get it drawn on your paper, because no sense trying it on your canvas, because if you fool up, then you're stuck with it, or you got to repaint your whole canvas. So like in one of my other videos, I did some carbon paper. This is the carbon paper, okay? Buy it at the near stores. So I took that and taped it on, and I put my carbon paper underneath here, and then I just traced the outline with my pen. And you might have to push a little bit hard, as long as it's not stretch canvas. Stretch canvas, you gotta be careful you don't tear it. So now you have your shark on there. So now you can start painting the shark. Now the shark is a little big because I want this so you can see it. And so first of all, let's paint a little bit of a dark blue on top of the shark. So just get some dark blue paint. You can make some dark blue by adding some blue and red and make it really dark blue, purplish color. Let's get this started here now. So just use ultramarine blue and a little bit of red to get it nice and dark. I just want to and I only have well, this one's a filbert brush, which is good, and it's sable. And I'm just going to put some paint on this little guy. Could be a girl. Who knows? Alright. So, go down by the fin. There we go. And just put the dark blue on the body. Good. Good, good. Get in the fins here. Get this done first. Get the body done first. One little piece at a time. Nice. And nice and dark down here. I'm going to work on that in a minute. So I'm just going to fill in the body part here. Your lines are there to help you keep your paint in the right places. Let's see if I'm keeping the paint in the right place now. Sometimes it gets confusing, so you're not the only one. It can get a little confusing. Let's get this done. Alright, stay inside the lines. That's what they told us when we were going to school, our little kids. Stay inside the lines. Here we go. Here we go. Now if you lose the eye, you can always put it back in. But there's the eye. Good. So just get that on there. That's a good start. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of black to my blue just to darken it up for the tail and for the fins, just so I can separate them so I'll know where they are, because I don't want them to disappear on me. So just go ahead and put in your fin. It's because they're a different color now than the body, then you'll know where they are. You'll know where they begin, where they end, and all that good stuff. So you just get that on there. And there's the other fin here somewhere. Yep, right here. Like I said, it could get a little confusing if you lose your lines. You really need to have a good drawing to get a good painting. So make sure that you work on your drawing and get that done first. And then you can trace it onto your, use my paper and carbon paper method. Alright, there we go. And what else do we need to do? We have another fin over here. We'll just put a little bit dark on there just to find out where it is. Good. Good, good. Now, so, and a little bit of dark in the mouth. So all we have to do is get a smaller brush, just a nice little tiny little brush, and put the dark blue in the mouth. Just line the mouth. Let's see. Let's just put a dark line where the mouth is so we'll see it. Okay. That brush wasn't quite thin enough. That's okay, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Now, what we'll do next is we'll do the body underneath. That's what we'll do next. So we'll take some, let's see, underneath we'll have a lighter body, and we will put some blue, ultramarine blue, and some white. Brighten it up, nice and bright. Okay, even if you have to move away somewhere else, if you can't get it really bright, just move away from the paint so that you get too much paint and you can't seem to get it light. Just move around until you get the color you're looking for, the lighter color. Okay, that's good. So then you put that on the body. I will be doing some adjustments and everything, so because the light is shining down on top of this little guy, so we have to make some highlights and stuff. Now, let's go down around here, fill in the body. Good. As long as you get that shape. Getting the shapes. It's only paint and brush you're using, so you need to get those shapes. And to get those shapes, you need to paint 3 values. We have our first values on now. We're putting on 2 more. Let's get that around the nose. Done around here. Good. Good. Let's see what else we need to do. We'll come up here, but that's where his fins are, but we'll come up here for now. Okay, and look at some reference photos of sharks so you can get to colors, the proper colors, or you know, at least where some of the lines go, and where the colors go and how it looks. Straighten up your lines if they're crooked. I think that's fine. All right. Now let's put some really dark blue, well, almost black, because I would say a little bit of blue and black, more black than blue, on your liner brush, small liner brush. The other brush I use is a little too big, so make sure your brush is really tiny, because you want to do the eye, which is black, so fill that in there. And we will do the fins. And we will do, let's see, what can we do now? Black. I'm just trying to find the black spots. I don't see anything there right now. Okay, so we'll go on to the next step. So the next step is to get a bit of light blue that you were using for the body, but a little darker, just a little bit darker, because we're going to go inside the mouth. So go inside the mouth, because that's where the teeth are. Get a little bit of color in here, just because we'll probably darken it up a little bit, you know, because if that's where the teeth are, and you want to see the teeth, then you're going to need a darker color underneath the teeth, aren't we? There we go. There we go. So let's say the teeth are here, and that there is part of the body here. Fill that in. And I think I need to put that a bit wider for the teeth. So let's widen that up a little bit here. Yeah, let's widen it up. I think it looks better. Looks like a lipstick on. Okay, fine and dandy. So the next step is, why don't we do some dry brushing? I'll make sure you can see this. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't blur on you. Oh, it looks like it's clear there now. Put a bit of white on your small flat brush, a really small flat brush, and a bit of white and the tiniest bit of blue, and wipe it off in your tissue. Let's just do some dry brushing. So we'll go on the top of this fin here and scratch on a white line on the very tip of the fin. Just scrub it on, because you barely got any paint on your brush there now. So every time you put paint on, wipe it off so it's not too much. And then we'll get the highlight here on the tail. And we have a dark value, and now we're going into a medium. And then we're going to put on a really nice little bit of light up here, because that's where the, so you go pure white this time, and you can see the light shining down on the tail. Oh, sorry, the fin. Good. Now where else would that light be shining? How about a little bit of blue onto your white, just to get it started for our second value. And maybe there's some on the tip of his nose. Okay, so put some on on that line that you made. Scrape it on. Scrape it on. Make sure your brush is nice and small. See, my brush might be a little too big for this. Although it's a small flat brush, but I'd like to have it a little smaller. And a little bit of a light blue. Again, wipe it off. Don't forget to wipe it off, because we're dry brushing right now. We're just trying to get a second value. scrub it on. Scrub it on the top and bring it down into the body, just to give it that more realistic look. Alright, and now we will add our final highlight, which is pure white on top of the nose or the head or whatever. Okay, now like I said, that brush is too big, but it still looks good. But always check your brushes. You don't want to be stuck with something because of your brush, okay? So always check your brushes. So I'm going to take some of that out, because I think I've got too much white up there for myself. Good. And then you go ahead and take all the paint off your brush and scrub that. Scrub it right into the shark. Good. So that gives it at least the 3 values, and then it makes it look more natural. Now what else can we do? Let me see. How about maybe this fin down here might be a little lit up a little bit. At least that way you'll be able to see it and see where it's to. So just put on some paint. Okay, you're dry brushing, so don't put too much paint on your brush. Small flat brush. Wipe it off if it's too much, and then scrub it in. Scrub, 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 scrub. Just so you can see that you got your 3. You got dark and medium and light. If you make it too light, just go back in with some dark blue and put some more back in there. So you may have to go back and forth to get what you're looking for. That's okay. That's okay. See, when you're painting, trying to do it just once, it doesn't work sometimes. So you have to go back and forth and back and forth. But that's coming along pretty good. Alright, so let's put a little bit of white on a very light blue on a very small brush. And let's highlight here. Okay, that's not the right brush. Small flat brush that's nice and stiff so you can scrub it in. A little bit of white, a bit of blue. Wipe it off. We'll put a little bit of highlight on the back here. Good. And a little bit here. Just trying to pick out places where it could use a little bit of highlight. And then wipe off your brush in case it's too much on there. And then just scrub it in. Scrub it in. There we go. Scrub it in. That way you can see the tail better and the fins. You also take your other liner brush, the smaller, skinnier one, and put a bit of light blue on there. And just put a little highlight on these fins here. A little bit. And a little bit around the eye. Just so the eye will stand out more. See? See how those little highlights bring everything out? Good. Now let's try to put some teeth in this little guy. Let's see now. How about we just put in some little streaks of white? So let's get some white on the tip of your very small, thin liner brush. And just make a couple of little teeth. A little streak here and a little streak there. There we go. That should do it. So you look at your reference photo and make sure that your teeth are good. Oh, cool teeth. Now, Good. Some sap green, and put a dark green back in the shadows here, just on top of those black lines that you made. You can barely see them, but they'll be there. Tap them on with your fan brush. A small fan brush here. Just tap them on. Tap, tap, tap. Pull up a few of these little bits of grass. Tap, 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 pull up. So you want the grass to be a bit dark back here. Just so that, because it's still shadowy back there, you don't want it to, it has to go with the scene. So just some grass. As you come forward, you can get a bit lighter. Tap on top of the black lines. Pull up a few little grassy areas. There we go. Tap on some more. Pull up at the corner of your brush if you have to. Tap, tap, and pull up. Tap, 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 pull up. Good. They don't have to be perfectly straight because they're probably floating around under the water. Tap onto those dark lines and pull up. Good. Good. Just doing it quickly because I got more stuff to put on there for you. So let's go with some grassy area. Good. So at least got some grass on there now. Grass or moss or whatever is down under the water. And now we can make an old stump. Maybe a big old rock or stump. Just put your brush, small flat brush, and some black paint. Get it started. Pick a spot where you want your stump. Just touch and pull down. Make it a bit wider. There we go. That's your stump. And then take a bit of white on the same brush. A bit of white. And start a little further down. Leave some black on the top. And touch and pull down. There we go. That's good. Let's make another rock. Get a bit of brown and a bit of red, a bit of blue. And we're going to make a rock. Let's make a rock probably right here. Just make a straight line, and a hump, and fill it in. Now we have a rock. Just while your brush is still a bit dirty, that's okay. Put a bit of yellow on there, a little bit of red. Give it an orangey look. And pull that down on the rock. So just take it and start from here, top, and pull down, pull down. And that's not bright enough. I'm just going to add a little more yellow. Pull down, just to give you a highlight. Okay. It's a bit of a rock there. Now, so we can put in a couple more rocks. Let's do one, so brown and blue, a bit of red. Let's see, where can we put another rock? How about over here? Just a straight line and a hump. Make a smaller one this time. There we go. And then pick up a little bit of red and yellow and throw on little highlight, touch and pull forward. Good. Touch and pull forward. Now, you can lighten that up a little bit more if you want. Add a little bit of white to your color. Leave your brush dirty. And pull down a few little highlights here and highlight here. Good. Let's see, would you like some more rocks? How about anywhere at all? So probably one up here. Just a small one in the corner. Straight line, a hump, and a bit of lighter color. and pull forward. Good. Just when you have to go back and highlight, that's good. If there's too white, just go back in and pull it around the rest of the rock. Just move it around a little bit. Make sure you keep some shadow color. That's all. Just keep your shadow. Alright. I think that's it for the rocks. For now, we can always add more after. So over in this corner here, let's put some moss. So let's go in with a dark green. So your sap green. If you don't have sap green, just get some green and add a bit of blue to it to darken it up. And then just tap in some nice little bits of moss. There we go. All around your rock. Down around the front. Good. You just leave that much so far. And then take a bit of yellow, a little bit of white, and just tap on the top of that to get some highlights. So a bit of white, a bit of yellow. There we go. That'll brighten it up for you. And now let's get blue and red, make a purple color. Tap into blue, tap into red, and put that down here. There we go. You see that? It's next to the rock. It almost looks like a rock, doesn't it? So you can spread it out a little bit if you like. And then just take a smaller brush. That was a flat brush, flat bristle brush. And just take a smaller bristle brush and add some nice little white, a little bit of yellow and white. Just little white tops. Touch, touch, touch. Touch, touch, touch. There we go. Touch. Alright. And over in this corner to the left, we'll put in some, oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get the dark green again. Tap into your sap green or whatever color green you got and put a bit of blue in it if it's not dark enough. And then make a nice touch, touch, touch. Nice dark green over here. So a little kind of bush. There we go. So you have to have an underpainting in order to put some color on there. And then on the top of that, let's go with some red. Just tap into your red. I got a real mess here now, so tap into some red, tap into some white. Okay, red and white. And then on top of that little bush we made there, let's just put in some nice colorful, some kind of flowers or something growing down there. We don't know what's going on down the ocean. I've never been down there. And put some more white on top of what you already did, just to brighten it up. There we go. Good. Just use your imagination. Just use your imagination. You can put whatever you want at the bottom of the ocean. These are just a few ideas that I thought I would give you. And let's put in some, let's see. Let's put in some of these guys. Touch and pull down. Touch and pull down. touch and pull down, touch and pull down, just a few, and there we go. A little bit of yellow to brighten it up. See? Simple. And right here we can put in more of these, and what we'll do is make it a little bigger, and then we'll put some highlights on it. I got a fan brush. Put some yellow on your fan brush. There we go. And just pull in some lines to highlight them like that. Pull in some lines. Now, pull up. There we go. Just adding color and all these things that go on down the ocean. Good. We put a couple of those around here. The ones that you pulled up, just put some yellow on top of those to highlight them. Bits of grass and moss and whatever else is down there. Just use your fan brush to put the other color on, some yellow, and just put that on there. Don't have to be too fussy because it's all moving around under the ocean. So you want to look like a bit of movement anyway. Good. There's another one here. The yellow, and a little bit of white. Just to brighten it up. Just touch it if you have to. Just touch it with the corner of your brush if you like. That brightens it up. We're just adding some color now and using your imagination, see? Good. So you can add whatever you want. Use your imagination, look at some pictures, and come up with some of your own ideas to put at the bottom of the ocean. I'm just going to put some red and blue and brown together for now. And I'm going to tap in some color here. There we go. It's a pretty color. And we'll lay some color on top of that. So I'm just using my bristle brush, a small flat bristle brush. And I'm just going to add some white on top of that. It's still wet, so the white will blend in with the red and it'll give a nice pinkish color. Tap, 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 tap. And that gives us some color. Good. And let's see. Let's get some more green. Nice dark green. Green, you can add green and brown together and blue and get all kinds of stuff going on here. So let's put something here. So I'm just adding some moss and some flowers. And you can do the same thing. So now, same brush, flat bristle brush, some yellow and green, and just put some little colors on top of there. Good. Just add color, and you can have whatever colors you want. Just tap around to get the colors. So with your fan brush, pick up some red and some white. Red and white. Don't have to be totally mixed, you can just all separate it. And let's pull in some things that are coming in through here. Just for color. Isn't that pretty? Just using my fan brush. And on the other side we can have a lighter one. Maybe we'll have something with some yellow in it. All colors. Pick up whatever color you want. And then let's pull one in here. It's a lighter one here. Good. That'll just give you some color on the edges there. Now just tap away at the bottoms of those to make it go in with the rest of the scenery. And tap away wherever you need to, just at the bottoms. Maybe a little bit in here, just to make it look like there's something going on there. You don't know for sure what it is, but just tap in some little colors there. I don't know, maybe some blue, some red, and some white to give it a purplish look. Clean off your brush. You can use a bristle brush, or you can use a flat sable, or just whatever works for you. Right, so just bringing in some color here, some shadows, some colors, and just tapping away. Tap, tap, tap. That's all I'm doing. And whatever comes off on your brush is good, because it could be little flowers or something going on there. Just take a bit of black on one side of your brush and white on the other. Black and white. Let's make some of these. Touch and pull, touch and pull. The light is coming in on this side. We should have some more highlight over here and over here. The light is coming down from above, so it could shine on anything there at all. Whatever way you want it. So what I think I'm going to do is, you can put more rocks in there if you like. You know, more rocks would probably look nice. Just take a small brush and put some dark colors on there. Maybe there's a rock here. Maybe there's a rock here. Where? Here? There and there. Maybe there. Some small little rocks here. Anywhere at all that you want to put your rocks. There you just touch and pull. You can pick up brown and white on the other side. Just see what kind of rocks you get there. Let's see. Oh, that's a nice one. It's a nice one. Good. A couple of little rocks here and there. And just, you can add all kinds of stuff. Just touch and pull. See that? See how it's starting to fill up there now? Just by adding a few little details. And they're so much fun. Put a little rock here. Just touch and pull. I put brown on one side, white on the other. Small flat brush. And I just touch and pull. Touch and pull, touch and pull. You get these little rocks. Good. So wherever you want them. Touch and pull. All kinds of little things going on down under the ocean. Okay, let's put in a few little fish. So we'll try a couple of little fish in the background. They're floating around. So just get a small little flat brush and just put some blue on there for now, just so we can get some pretend fish way in the back. Just little fish floating around, little dots. Looks like lots of fish going on back there, floating around. That's all you need to do, is get some darker ones back there, and then you can get some red on one side and yellow on the other. See if we can get a little fish going out here. Touch. Looks like a little fish. How about one coming down here? There we go. It's like when you made your rocks. You just touch and pull. Looks like little fish. You can even have a blue one with some white on one side and blue on the other. And just touch. Looks like a little fish. You can have as many as you want. Little fish floating around. I see a little bit back here. Okay, so just put in whatever kind of fish. You can have bigger ones. You can have different colors. And I think I'm going to add one more thing, and then you can go ahead and add all the stuff that you want yourself. Okay, I think I need to have a little bit of bluish colors in there because I like blue under the water. So I'm tapping into blue and tapping into white. I'm losing my voice. Let's see. Where can we put a bit of blue? Let's put a bit of blue here. It's okay to go over what you got done. That's nice. And then put some white on top of it. Just to get a bit of bluish colors going on there. I like to add all kinds of nice colors. Oops. So we'll add a couple of small bits of blue in there because I like blue. So just tap on some blue. Pick out a few spots that you want a bit of blue. And let's see. I got a bit of blue over here. That's good enough. And you can look at it and put on more if you want. And just put some white on top of the blue that you tapped on. And you got a nice little blue section. Blue is a really nice color for under the water. So you can add more details to that if you like. You can highlight more and do all kinds of stuff. So you go ahead and have a bit of fun with your painting. And just play with it and add color. Color. Lots of color. Wherever you want it. And put some fish in there with lots of color. There we go. So that's it. That's it for our beautiful under the water shark. Under the sea. Under the sea. So pretty. Okay guys, go ahead and do your under the sea, and if you want to send a copy of your painting to AllisonPryor@yahoo.com, I'd love to see it. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comments section and let me know if you have any questions about this painting and anything at all. And if you can subscribe, you'll get more. I got lots more videos coming up soon. And we'll have lots of fun painting. Happy painting from Allison Pryor.